Hi everyone, Cheri here again from The Perfect Planner. Welcome out there to all my doers and achievers. Today in our how-to video series, I'm actually going to concentrate on this pro tip page that we have here in the book. And I really want you to not ignore this page. There's a lot of really powerful tools and tips in here. Some of my own creations, some that others have shared with me that they use. Both people I know in my personal life and then those that mentor me without knowing they mentor me because I stalk them on things like LinkedIn. So these are some great ways to really help you get the most out of your book and out of your planner. And I review them briefly, but what I'm really going to focus on today is that deep work piece, because I think if you have not read the book, Deep Work by Cal Newport, that might be a foreign concept to some of you. So, the first pro tip on here is really having an accountability partner. I talk about how you can increase your chances of achieving a goal. I think it's 43 or 46% just simply by writing it down, where you can increase that even more by having people that you're accountable to in your life to make sure that you're getting those things done. Many of you have heard me talk about Delcy and Felicity. Those are my accountability partners for I think almost 4 years now. We have been meeting at the quarter, and now we've started adding in a monthly check-in and just another reason to have happy hour. To make sure that we are staying on top of those rocks and not just waiting till the end of the quarter to realize that, maybe we weren't as on top of things as we should have been. The other is to track your misses. And there's a lot of different ways that you can do this. And how I do it is when I have things and I chunked out my calendar, things that I thought were important that I needed to get done. If something doesn't get done, I actually circle it. It helps me to kind of go back and have a visual representation of what that week looked like. How many misses did I have? If I've got a lot of circles on that page, maybe it means that I'm not doing a very good job of prioritizing and I'm choosing too many things and I'm too scattered, which is highly probable, or that I'm not putting those most important things most important. I'm allowing other things to crowd in and consume my calendar, and I'm not holding those things sacred. So, and it's a great time then for you to, as you move into your next week, what changes can I make to make sure that I don't have so many misses in my week? Color coding is another great way. A friend of mine actually talked about how at the end of her week or at the end of each day, she would actually go through and color code things that were for work, things that were for her to work on personally. I think she had 3 different things that she worked on, and why she was doing it was because she was trying to really put an emphasis on self-care. And so, if pink was her color for self-care, and she gets to the end of the week and there's like just 2 or 3 little tiny spots of pink, she's not doing a very good job of self-care. It's a great way to visually see where you're allocating your time each week. We're going to skip the deep work and come back to that. The set up your quarter, we talked about that actually in the quarterly video on how to set up your rocks. Make sure that you are planning that quarter out so that those big important things that you have don't sneak up on you at the end of the quarter, and the steps that you needed to make those happen weren't getting done when they needed to get done. That writing your goals smart. Those goals for your 1 year and your quarterly rocks need to be written smartly. That means they need to be specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. And they are timely if we put time blocks on them, right? If it's an annual goal and we said it needs to be done on December 31st, those are time bound already. Same with our quarterly rocks. But people tend to not be as specific as they need to be. And you'll know that when you get to the end of the quarter or the year and you're trying to ask yourself if this goal is done or not done and you're not really sure, then you did not do a very good job of writing it specific. What seems clear and obvious to us now, 90 days or a year from now in particular, our intent is lost. We don't remember what our intentions were. So it's really important that we be really crystal clear when we write those goals. Make sure that the goal that you're doing is attainable, that you're not trying to choose something that is just not possible to do in the bigger scope of your life, and that it's realistic, that this is something that you should and could be doing. What's the other one? Oh, don't give up. That is so easy to do. We all fall off the wagon. Our intentions slip away. Suddenly we feel ourselves getting back into the fray of doing the less important work and the more busy work. Just start over again. Every day is a brand new day to be successful, and it's okay when you fail. Keep moving forward. And then watch our videos. And if you're doing that, you're already taking care of that one. So let's come back to that deep work. So really all deep work is, and those of you that are Darren Hardy fans, I think he calls these jam sessions. It's really when you sit down for 60 minutes, not really 90 minutes is probably the most that any of us are able to do unless we get really good at this and do it all the time, where we have 0 interruptions. nothing dinging on our phone, nobody knocking at our door, people aren't walking by trying to get our attention. We have no notifications on our computers or our phones. We are just focused in and working on whatever is a really important project or goal that we need to get done. And it is amazing how much work you can get done when you actually do not allow yourself to be distracted. We live in a world that is full of distractions, and we are drawn to them because they're easier than doing the hard work. Our attention muscle really has sort of atrophied over time. We can barely even stay focused on any one thing for 15 minutes. Try it. You'll see how hard it is, because we no longer do that anymore. And we live in a world where we are constantly, attached to distraction through our phones for most of us, but even our computers, have 15 different tabs open at one time. So schedule those deep work pockets. If you get true to those, and even if you're only doing 2 or 3 a week, you will be amazed at how much productivity you will get out of those handful of minutes compared to an entire 8-hour day. All right, so that is the pro tip page. Take advantage of it. We'd be happy to hear some of your own. Share those with us on our Facebook page or on our LinkedIn page, some of your pro tips, and maybe those will get incorporated into the 2021 version of the Perfect Planner. Thank you.